If Christopher had nothing, he'd be able to create. You know, he can cut, he can sew, he can draw, he can envision.
2014 found London's Christopher Kane so deeply affected by the sudden passing of Louise Wilson, his highly respected Central St. Martin's professor, that he dedicated his Spring-Summer 2015 show to her, delivering his strongest collection to date.
I thought it was very admirable and touching of Christopher Kane to have paid homage to Louise Wilson. You know, the #1 fashion capital in the world is Paris, probably Milan, London, fights for third place, so it's New York, but the most important fashion college in the world is St. Martin's. It produces more designers of talent consistently than any other, than the FIT in New York or the Chambre Syndicale in Paris. And if it's to the credit of any single one person, was Louise Wilson.
You know, it's just really inspiring. I do adore what he does. And I especially love the idea that he talked back about Louise Wilson and how she influenced him and how close they really were, you know. I loved it. I loved it.
In his collection, he referenced the fact it was actually sketches he showed her when he was a young student. I mean, it's an endless list of people who work with her. Louise Wilson was all about spotting the special strengths of designer and encouraging to go there.
Long influenced by the controversial bondage images by Japanese photographer Nobuyoshi Araki, Kane reimagines rope as an embroidered embellishment.
I like the rope idea that he talked about and combined in what he did for one of his first shows, and how in the show notes he talks about how he went there with all these elements, and it was an ode to that moment. He's evolved so hugely as a designer. It's never retro, it's actually constantly pushing himself and moving himself forward, so it makes it inspiring to be part of in a way.
He finally had the kind of very good shoes and bags that he needed to build and to be a more serious global brand.
I just love his clever approach to this whole world of ours. You know, every season you're not quite sure what's going to be sort of offered to you as a feast of inspiration, and he never ever lets you down.